I'm clapping because you should be excited. I'm clapping because you should be excited to know that God has a table prepared for you at the end of your adversity. God has a table prepared for you at the end of your trials and your tribulation, and all the things you're going through. God has something prepared for you. Like the vision you got, that didn't come from you. Like all that is God sent. All of that is heaven sent. All of that is God telling you, listen, I have a plan for you, but there will be adversity along the way. There will be adversity along the way, but that is not there to discourage you. My adversity here is to build you. Like God, let me tell y'all, like God don't freestyle. He's intentional. So I want you to know that anything that you're going through, either it was God plan or it was God permission. Either God allowed it to happen or God planned for it to happen. Either God allowed it to happen or God planned for it to happen. I got fired from my job because God knew I wasn't going to leave. God seen that. God like, nah, you ain't gonna move. You ain't gonna move, bro. So guess what? I got to let you get fired. And at that moment, like I didn't understand it, I didn't see it, but as of today, like I understand that it was God's permission, or it was in His plan. Either or, I trust Him to whatever. And see, that's the thing, y'all. We say we trust God until we face some things we ain't expect, or till we face some things like, did God do that? Yep, God do that. That was all God planned, right? I remember I had this conversation with myself. I'm like God, you want me to get rid of my family? I'm like, God, like this my family, like, you know what I'm saying? Me and this girl together for 10 years. Like the girl's got, like, this is the mother of my son we talking about, God. God, like, said, you want to grow. You told me you want to be successful. You told me you want to grow. You ain't say, like, you ain't say you wasn't willing to accept the things I had in mind, or I had in plan. That was your plan. Your plan was to marry that girl. Your plan was to like build that. Like I'm telling you, you got to trust God even when it don't look like, even when you don't understand what He's doing. Even when you don't understand it, we just have to follow His word and follow His presence and follow His mission. Like follow whatever God's telling you to do. Just do it. Just do it. And everything ain't gonna be understandable. Like sometimes the thing our parents told us, we didn't understand it, but as we got older, as we look back, like they say, hindsight is 2020. As we look back on our life, I'm like, yep, they was right. That's how God works. You might not understand me now. Listen, I'm your daddy. I promise you, I got your best interests at heart. I promise you that. And if you just do this one thing, if you just continue to follow me and listen to what I tell you, I promise you won't regret it. You might not understand it now, but I promise you, maybe 2 years from now, maybe a week from now, maybe a month, I don't know, but you will look back and say, I thank God for allowing me, for planning that move on my life. Because I say it today, y'all. I ain't just talking from just from our theory. I'm talking from experience. A lot of things I had to do. Like I remember I was going through me and my brother, we would leave in Tallahassee, like we were drinking. I know I was drunk. And I told my brother, I say, nah, bro, I'm going to drive. He say, nah, bro, I got it. I say, I got it, bro. He was like, nah, I'm going to drive, bro. And just so happened we went through a roadblock. Leaving Tallahassee, we went through a roadblock. He got, you know what I'm saying, made him do the little walk test and the blow test and all that. But he was good, you know what I'm saying? So thank God for that. But that moment right there, I say, bro, that was nobody but God, bro. Ain't no human being had nothing to do with that. God put it on His spirit to drive. Like all of that was planned. Like God just want to show you, like, listen, if you would have took that wheel, like your L's would have been gone today. Your CDLs would have been gone today. I'm telling you, like, just think about that, y'all. How many times we done been in situations and we know it wasn't nobody but God? How many times why we've been so close, like to getting put out, or we find a way to make that rent paid, or we find a way to get that car payment, we find a way to feed our family, even when we don't know how we did, like we don't even know how it happened. But I'm telling you, we know it was just the presence of God. That's how I felt when I almost got that DUI. That's how I felt when I wrecked my car. There was nobody but God that saved me, man. No human being can't do that. Ain't no human being that powerful. Ain't no human being that powerful. So as I look back and I reflect on my life, there's no way I don't give God praise. There's no way I don't thank God. There's no way I don't talk about God. Like I would be a fool to be ashamed of God or be shamed to present God and worship God like I do in the public, and I don't do it in private also. I would listen to my guy TJ Ties, and he said that most of us just want to like look good in public, but in private, you don't do none of that. You don't worship God in private. You don't read your Bible in private. You don't thank God in private. You just want the notoriety that come when you worship God. How many of us are willing to just grind in private? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get so many private wins before it ever become public. But what you do in the dark matters, right? Like what that seed does on the ground, like that's where the most growth come from. Not when it come above the ground. The most growth come from what that seed was able to withstand in the dark. Like when you plant that seed, not bury, but when you plant that seed, the things it's willing to do and form under that ground, like that's where the most growth come from. That's where the most growth come from. When that seed is in that ground, being planted, and it getting worked on in the dark. Most of us just want to the public notoriety. Most of us just want the fame. Most of us just want the we want the glory and not give God the glory. That's a backwards relationship. Listen, I tell people all the time, don't thank me, man. Thank God. This is God speaking through me. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just doing God's work. I'm so thankful and grateful and honored that He picked me, one of the chosen ones, to present His word, to carry out His mission, to carry out His purpose, to carry out His plan. I'm just thankful. It ain't got nothing to do with me. This is God speaking through me. And God is allowing me to serve my people in the right way. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I want you to give God the glory. Don't give it to me because I ain't that powerful. I'm not that sweet. All this is God given. All this is God talent. This ain't got nothing to do with me. No, don't give me the praise. Give it to God. Because that's what I'm giving it to. I thank Him every day. I thank God every day. And I want you to know, like you should be excited to know that God has a table prepared for you. Only thing you got to do is get up and get it and be willing to fight. I ain't saying it's going to be easy, but it's already done for you. It's already prepared. You don't have to watch this. When something is already done for you and something is already prepared, you don't even have to question it. It's just a matter of, is you going to go get it? Or are you going to become the person that God has allowed for you to become so you can achieve and go get the things He has for you? That is the only thing. Are we willing to go through what we have to go to become the person that is necessary to attain the things that God has for us? That is the only thing, because everything that you want is already done. It's already prepared. It's already prepared. It's like, just say you build wealth for your family. You got real estate, you got the stocks, like you got everything set up, but your son or your daughter, they just not acting right. And you simply telling them, listen, son, listen, daughter, I already got a house for you. I got $100,000 in cash for you. I got you $100,000 stock portfolio. I got you an 800 credit score, but you're just not the person I want to pass all this down to yet. You haven't became the person. I haven't seen the things that I like. You haven't became the person to attain all these things yet. And there's some things I need for you to grow into. It's some things I need for you to become. It's the person I need for you to become first before I'm comfortable passing all this stuff down to you. And God look at us the same way because He's our daddy. He's like, listen, I got that big house you want. I got the freedom you want. I got the abundance you want. I got the faith you want. I got that car you want. I got that business you want to start. Like I got all of that already done and prepared for you. I'm just waiting for you to become the person that is acceptable all these things. Like you got to become the person that is willing to attain all these things first. I can't give it to you here. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. Most of us, we think we ready for our blessing. We think we ready for all that, but most of us are not ready, and that's why God haven't gave it to us yet. Come on now. It ain't that God I want to give it to you. You ain't ready. It ain't got nothing to do with God. We always blaming God. No, you're not ready. It's some things you haven't gone through yet. Some things we still haven't dealt with. I'm gonna tell you, like, just the other day, I put my mom and my dad in a group mess, and I told them, like, I just apologize for, like, I apologize for, like, putting my expectations on y'all, not accepting y'all for who y'all are. Like I had to do that because I had a lot of resentment and a lot of anger built up in me, like with my mom and my dad, just because of the way I grew up. Just because I ain't have certain things, just because I seen other people do this and do that, and I didn't have that life that I thought I should have, and I put my expectations on them. And I had to tell them, no, I apologize because I'm tired of holding in that anger and the resentment. And I told them, like, I apologize. I apologize. Like I accept y'all for who y'all did with y'all did the best y'all can with everything y'all had. And I appreciate it. We never went without meals. Uh I always had clothes on my back. I always had shoes on my feet. I appreciate that. I kept a roof over my head. I appreciate that now. But so long my childish ways helped me let me hold in all that anger and resentment toward my parents, but I had to tell them I apologize. And I ain't even do it for them. I did it for me because I want to get free. I ain't even do it for them. I did it for me because I'm tired of holding that in. I'm like, God, I'm ready to get free. And like you say, like God say, if you got to forgive those if you want me to forgive you. I'm sitting here talking about God forgiving me, and I ain't forgave my parents yet. So, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, that felt so good to get that burden off of me. To get that off of me. We say, like, listen, I'm telling you, I hope you like stop holding on to that anger, stop holding on to that resentment, let it go. Let it go. Whoever hurt you, let it go. Let them live. Like you the only one suffering. They living their life. They ain't even worried about you. They living their life and partying, doing whatever. They're not worried about you. And you the only one hurting, holding in all that anger and that resentment. Let it go. I had to let it go. That's why I told my parents, hey, I forgive y'all. And I love them. I love them. I love them today. And that took a lot for me, and it felt so good just to tell them that. Right? It felt so good just to tell them that. So, and I couldn't go to the next level in my life holding that on, holding that resentment, holding that anger. I couldn't not get ready and get prepared for the next level of my life, for the next phase God finna take me through if I'm still holding on to that old baggage. Stop trying to take all these old things on a new trip. You got to get rid of, y'all. So I'm telling you, let it go. Whoever hurt you, let it go. Somebody did you dirty, let it go. Forgive your mother, forgive your father, forgive your husband, forgive your wife, forgive your kids. Whoever it is that hurt you, forgive them and let it go, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the only one that's suffering. Because they might not never come apologize. They might not never come and fix it. They may not never tell you the things you want to hear. And so you're going to go on the rest of your life holding blocking the blessings that God had for you for some humans? No, let it go. And so I let it go. And that's why I feel good today. And that's why I feel good today, because I let it go. Oh man, I'm telling you, you should be excited. You should be excited the way God works. You should be excited the way God moves. God has a table prepared for you. It's prepared. Listen, y'all, the things you want to desire, you don't even have to hope. You don't even have to like second guess it. You don't even have to say like, oh, do God really got all that for me? Yes. We just got to become the person. We got to be willing to go through the things that God has presented and put in place for us to go through, so he can mold and shape us to become the person to attain the vision, the blessing, and the things he has for us. And so I want to get into the word. I want to get into the word. And this is God talking to Moses, right? This is God talking to Moses when God sending Moses on a mission. In Exodus 23, verse 20. That's where we're going to start at. And when God was talking to Moses, God told him, he said, see, I am sending an angel ahead of you to guard you along the way and to bring you to the place I have prepared. I just told you, it's already prepared. Listen, God say, I am sending the angel ahead of you to guard you so he can take you to the place I have prepared for you. Listen, God already know what you want. God already know what you need. You don't have to second guess. You don't have to question. And listen, God is sending an angel to watch over you while you go through on a mission. Come on, man. Watch this, y'all. There's no need for God to send no angel to watch over you if there's nothing going to be in your way. God say there will be trials, there will be tribulations, there will be circumstances, there will be some things, but I'm sending my angel to watch over you. I'm going to make sure you make it through. Only thing you got to do is do your part. You just got to do your part. God said, I'm sending a... Come on, man. God said, I'm sending an angel with you. I got you. I'm telling you it ain't going to be easy. I'm telling you there going to be some circumstances. I'm telling you there going to be some things. You might lose your job. I'm telling you might get put out your house. I'm telling you might have to start over. I'm telling you all them things, but I'm sending the angel to watch over you. Listen, God ain't prepare that place for nothing. Think God just, like, you think God just do like freestyle work? God prepared that place because he wants you to go to it. God prepared that vision because he wants you to accomplish it. He never said it was going to be easy, though. He never said it won't be trial. He never said it won't be circumstance. He never said it won't be tribulation, but God is prepared. He already got it prepared for you. I'm sitting there. I got you. Right? Just think about this. We all love our kids. You wouldn't send your kids with nobody you didn't trust. You know, you wouldn't send your kids with drop them off at nobody's house to watch them while you go do your thing or whatever if you didn't trust them. Listen, God sending his angel because he trusts him and God got you. God love you. God ain't just gonna send no anybody with you. God got you. He love you. We are his kids. He got us. Send the angel with him. Come on, man. Y'all should be excited. Y'all should be excited. Come on, man. Pay attention to him and listen to what he says. Come on, man. Watch this. He say pay attention to him. God didn't say focus on the things you're going through. He didn't say pay attention to the things you're going through. He didn't say pay attention to the adversity. He said pay attention to the angel. Because if you can listen to him, watch this, and listen to what he says. Pay attention and listen. Most of us, we can't see the things that God has for us or see what God's telling us because we ain't paying attention. Or we're not listening. We're so focused on the things that we're going through. We're so focused on all of that. Instead of that, when you're focused on anything but God, you block out everything. When you're focused on everything except God, you block God out of it. You can't even hear. You can't even pay attention. You can't even listen to what he's telling you. So that's why you always making the wrong move because you're so focused on you. You're so focused on the things you're going through. You're so focused on the fact that you're behind. You're so focused on the fact that your car payment late. You're so focused on the fact that you got fired. You're so focused on the fact that you don't got that money in the bank that you want. You're so focused on the fact that your credit score ain't where it want to be that you can't pay attention to God. All of that is distracting you. All of that is becoming distraction from the word of God. All of that is becoming distraction for you not listening to God so he can guide you and tell you which way to go. Listen, God is telling you which way to go. You just got to listen and pay attention. Stop focusing on all the distractions. Get off Facebook, get off Netflix, like let all that stuff go. Like when you going to focus on God and pay attention so he can let you and guide you to the place where you need to be. Don't be like, we got to stop blaming God. It ain't got nothing to do with God. This is a self problem. Pay attention to him and listen to what he says. He said, do not rebel against him. He will not forgive your rebellion since my name is in him. If you listen carefully to what he says and do that and do all, come on, and do all, not some of what I say, do all that I say. I will be an enemy to your enemies. I will oppose those who oppose you. Come on, man. I ain't even got the... Why we be focused on the haters and we ain't got to focus on that? Why we so focused on the people that are against us? God said, your enemies will become my enemies. Those who oppose you, I will oppose them. I don't even have to focus. Listen, God wants you to be so focused on him and listening and paying attention to him. He said, I'm going to take care of all of that. You don't got to worry about the haters. You don't got to worry about the non-believers. You don't got to worry about the people that's talking down on you. You don't have to worry about the people that's against you. I got them. If your enemies will become my enemy, and if we know that God is powerful, he's the Alpha and Omega. I need to trust him with all my heart, all my mind, all my soul. I just need to trust him. I don't need, like, he gonna take care of the enemy. He gonna oppose those who oppose me. So I ain't got to worry about you. I'm focused on God. I'm focused on my mission. I'm focused on a purpose. Because God gonna take care of all of that for me. That's why he's saying the angel. God is telling you, I want you to pay attention to me and do not rebel. I want you to put so much focus and energy on me because where our focus go, it was our energy flow. And if you're focused on your enemy, you're gonna give energy to the energy. You're gonna give, if you focus on the enemy, you're gonna get energy to the enemy. And I don't want that. I want you to focus on me so you can give me your energy to me. God say, your enemies. So why? See, that's the problem. You focus on the people that don't like you. You focus on all the people that don't believe you. You focus on the people that don't believe in your vision. God say, no, I got them. Those enemies, whoever your enemy will become my enemies. That means God gonna take care of them. So listen, and if we believe in God, like we say we believe in God, He's the Alpha and Omega and so powerful. That means I don't have to worry about those people because those who oppose me, God will oppose them. Come on, man, you should be excited. You should be excited. My angel will go ahead of you and bring you into the land of the Amorites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Canaanites, the Havites, the Jebusites, and I will wipe them out. Do not bow down before their gods or worship them or follow their practices. You must demolish them and break their sacred stones to pieces. Worship the Lord your God, and His blessing will be on your food and water. Listen, I'm telling y'all, all the things that God is doing in your life, He wanted all to go back to Him. Don't give me no praise. Stop trying to take God credit. God said, I want you to worship me. Don't worship no other God. That means you shouldn't be like, you trying to get out of worship and the praise. Like everything God is doing in your life, He want His credit for it. He want to be worshiped. I don't want to be worshipped that bad if God gonna stop my blessing. I want God to keep blessing me. So I want you to give it to God. That's why God is doing all these amazing things in my life. Not like God is doing all these amazing things in my life, not for me to get the credit, but for the credit to go back out of Him so He can send some more people. So I can bless some more people. So He can bless some more people. Come on, man. Give God the credit. Just worship Him. That's what He wants. He said, I will take away sickness from among you, and none will miscarry or be barren in your land. I will give you a full lifespan. I will send my terror ahead of you and throw into confusion every nation you encounter. Come on, man. Hold on. God said, I will send my terror ahead of you and throw into confusion every nation you encounter. Listen, God is sending you on a path that He know gonna be adversity in it. Listen, y'all. Listen, God already knows why. So this is the thing this is why you should be so excited because God already knows. I'm sending my terror ahead of you. Come on, man. God got you. I need us to just say that. Just say God got me. Just say that for me. Say, God got me. Say, God, I trust you. Say, God, I know you ain't like God. I know there was either your plan or either your permission, God. If God said, I'm going to send my terror ahead of you to throw in confusion to every nation you ain't going to encounter, that means it was already accounted for. Your adversity is already accounted for. The circumstances are already accounted for. You don't have to. Come on, man. All right. Come on, man. Come on, what we talking about? I will make all your enemies turn their backs and run. There will be trials and tribulations. God's already know. But He's already put. Listen, when God said, I'm going to go ahead of you, I'm preparing everything. I'm setting up this thing for you. I ain't telling you ain't going to encounter nothing. I'm just telling you I got you. I'm just telling you I got you. I'm setting it up. I will make all your enemies turn their backs and run. I will send a hornet ahead of you to drive the Hivites, Canaanites, and the Hittites out of your way. Listen, oh my God. God do not, listen. When God say something, what He gonna do, like He never lied. We the only one that tell lies and don't keep our word. God said, I'm gonna send my angel ahead of you. Come on. So let's go back. I'm gonna send my angel ahead of you to guard along the way to bring you to the place I have prepared. Ain't that what He doing now? Say He's sending His terror. He's sending His hornets, the drive. Like God say, listen, when God say He gonna do something, it's already done. So why you ain't got the faith? Why you don't believe? It's already done there. Whatever God tells you, He does not lie. God is gonna keep His promise. God is gonna do the things He say He gonna do. We the only ones don't keep our promise, and we lie, and we don't keep our word. But God, like God's word is bond, like it never changes. When God told him that He's doing exactly like God is doing exactly what He said He was gonna do, He sent it. Watch this. I send my terror ahead of you to throw in confusion every nation you encounter. I will make all your enemies turn their backs and run. I will send a hornet ahead of you to drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites out of your way, but I will not drive them out in a single year. We're talking about time now. I will not drive them out in a single year because the land will become desolate and the wild animals too numerous for you. Little by little, I will drive them out before you until you have increased enough to take possession of the land. Come on, man. Come on, man. God, little by little, I will drive them out before you until you have increased enough to take possession of the land. God knows that thing you talking about you want, that money you talking about you want, that business you talking about you want, you haven't increased enough to take possession of it. That's why he say little by little, I would drive them out. And so this is where our time meets with God time. When our time get confused with God time. We want it probably to happen in a single year, but God say no, little by little, because you think you're ready, but I know you're not ready. You think you're ready for that business, you ain't ready for that business. You think you're ready for the multi-million-dollar, you ain't ready. You ain't ready, son. You ain't ready, daughter. You're not ready. So just trust God. God say little by little until you have increased enough. Most of us haven't increased enough. You still the same person you were 5 years ago, but you want a bigger blessing. God say you ain't increased. You haven't increased enough yet. And until you increase enough, then I will let you take possession of the land. It's already, I'm telling y'all, bro, it's already done for you. Everything you desire is not like, the thing is, the thing that you desire is not just you desire it just because you desire it. No, that's God. That's a God-given talent. That's a God-given thing. God gave you that desirement. God gave you that. But you still haven't became the person yet to take possession of the things that God has for you. God told me, like, no, bro, I'm not gonna do that because I know it's gonna be too much for you. And God knows us best. We might think we ready, but God know we ain't ready. So I trust God. And that's why we have to go through so many trials and tribulations and circumstances and situations, because little by little, God is building us up. God is increasing us. God is like preparing us so we can take possession of the land, of the business, of the wealth, of the money, of the abundance He has. Little by little. Come on, man. God said, I ain't going to do it in a single year. Little by little, because I know it'll be too much for you. I know it'll be too much for you. God, like, listen, God loves us so much. Like, God gonna make sure we are all right. God gonna make sure we are blessed. God gonna make sure we are good. Like, everything God does is like, it's intentional. No freestyling over here. Like, wealth is not freestyling. Like, you have to be intentional, because God is intentional. This ain't no freestyle. Like, everything was planned. Most of us just running through life like freestyling, like I'm just going with the flow. No, you have to be intentional about God's work. You have to be intentional about building wealth. You have to be intentional about becoming a better version of yourself. You have to be intentional about this. You have to be intentional about getting healthy. You don't get accidentally healthy. You don't become accidentally wealthy. You don't become accidentally the best version of yourself. All of this work is intentional. And if you say you made in God's image, you will follow a Christ, you will follow a God. Well, you got to start being more intentional with your life. Because God don't freestyle. He's intentional. God said, I already prepared it, and I'm sending an angel ahead of you, and I'm going to do this little by little, because if not, the animals and the wild animals will come too numerous for you. I got to wait till you increase enough. Like, this is intentional work we talking about here, y'all. It's no freestyle. Like, God already got everything mapped out. Like, his plan never fails. His plan never fails. That's why I've been gave my plans up. God, what you want me to do? Whatever that look like, what you want me to do? I need for you today to give up your plans. Get out the driver's seat, get in the back seat, get on the passenger side, and follow God and follow Him wherever He tell you to go. Because God knows adversity is just part of the plan, or is it His permission? But God is sending the angel to guard you, to take you to the place He has prepared for you. And so, God, I thank you. I thank you for blessing us to allow us to see another day. I pray that you continue to keep waking us up, God, to see many more mornings and many more birthdays, God. God, I thank you for everything, God. God, I pray that you continue to watch over us and give us with your strength and your guidance, God. I just thank you, God. Amen.